everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Meredith. Today I'm going to be doing some winter sowing, which is a method of sowing your seeds in jugs and other sorts of containers where you can plant your seeds and close it up and create individual little greenhouses, and then they go outside and they just stay outside. And you don't have to harden them off. You don't have to worry about grow lights or heat mats or any of that. it's in Mother Nature's hands. It's not the only way that I'm doing seeds. Like, there are some tomato seeds that I've already put in one of these outside, and I'll be doing more. But because tomatoes are the heart of my gardening, I will also be doing them inside in my grow tent in just a couple of weeks, actually. So I've prepared all of these already because there are a lot. I'm crazy excited and loving this method. I've already done some and they are sprouting, which is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. What I'm going to do today is just do the seeds and the labeling and close them up. So I believe what I will do is begin with some herbs, maybe. I don't know. I have some elderberry seeds and I have marshmallow seeds. And they have to be cold stratified. And we still have some nights that will get down to or below freezing, which is really, I mean that's the whole process of stratification, is that they go through the cold process, and then it kind of helps the outer shell of the seed to be able to be opened up, like a scarification process, and then it's able to wake up and say hello to the world. So I believe what I'm going to do with this, I hadn't actually done any of this yet. I'm going to do I'm going to do those later. That's what I'm going to do, because I actually may just take the time to put the chosen vessel in the refrigerator just to be sure that it gets the stratification and long enough, because 1 or 2 nights is probably really not even close to being long enough. So alright, here I'm going to go alright, so still don't have a garden marker, and that's really, it's fine. So what I decided to do is I am writing the the seed on the inside of the jug, as well as a label, plant label inside the jug, and on the outside of the jug. Just because I really just don't want to take the chance of not knowing what the heck I have planted. So I'm going to start something I have never ever grown, and I don't know anyone who has grown it, but I really need to grow it because I use a lot of it. I use a lot of it. This, onions, carrots, sweet potatoes, these things, peppers. These are things I literally cannot keep in the house, and I'm good with that. So this is tall Utah 5270R improved celery. Now what it says about this is that it is, okay, on the package it says to start indoors 10 weeks before, and I'll start some indoors too, just to be sure. But again, I'm doing this to let nature do its thing, and some things might not make it. Most things I believe will, based on what I'm already seeing on the ones I've already started. But what this says is that this celery is tender and string free. So it produces broad, thick stalks with a rich nutty flavor. It's a cool weather vegetable. Okay, I'm good with that. Oh my heaven. Wow. Alright, these are incredibly small, tiny seeds. Oh my word. It's almost like flakes of pepper, I guess. I mean, it's really tiny. I hope that you guys are able to see that. So I'm just going to kind of broadcast them here on the top. And what I have done in the jug is I have about 4.5-ish inches of potting soil. It's all pre-moistened, and I tamped it down to make sure there aren't any air pockets. Now I'm going to put in these seeds essentially just on the very top of the soil, and that's perfectly fine. And then, sorry for all the noise, and then I will be sprinkling vermiculite over top of the seeds. So it'll do a number of things. It kind of holds them down, but the big thing is that this it'll absorb any excess rainwater, if you will, from just collecting on top of your soil and creating like algae or moss or whatever the heck it is. Oh yeah, and that reminds me, so another thing about this method of seed sowing that I really like is that there's virtually no damping off of your roots. Mainly because it keeps you away from watering it too much, I think, for the most part. I have done that before, a long time ago. It wasn't super fun, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so this is celery. And so I got to thinking about, well, what the heck? You know, I have no experience with gardening early in my life. My family's never gardened. I lived in the city. I lived in nothing but the city my entire life until just a few years ago when I bought this house. I had, I don't know, some very brief experiences on a farm. So I would go in during the Christmas break and summer break for a couple of years. I would go and visit one of my mom's friends at her house, and she lived across the street from a horse farm and right next to a farm. Kind of not so different than EIEO. Anyhow, so I had some pretty romantical notions of country living and how it was just all going to be sunshine and rainbows, and it kind of is, but that was after a lot of, you know, strife. I like these, by the way. This is broccolini. I think I lost one seed. No, I didn't. Oh yeah, it fell in there. But these are pelleted seeds, so they're really, really easy to see. They have this pink coating on them. Romanesco, not broccolini. It's Romanesco broccoli. So anyhow, so I'm putting these in here, and this does not want to be incredibly cooperative. I have tried these once before last year, and I just did not have a clue what I was doing. So as it turns out, broccoli, not something you want to plant in the summer, or right before winter starts, as it turns out. Anyway, like I said, I don't have experience with all of this until now, and I have grown some things since we've been here prior to this past year's garden, and you know, as bad as I was as a gardener, and I really do use that term extremely loosely, still, and this poor soil, still, I've been able to get the most lovely, beautiful tomatoes. And the big thing with that is that the first tomato that I ever grew here in this really horrible soil, it tasted like 1,000 tomatoes. I mean, the grocery store tomatoes suck. It just is what it is. They suck. And I'm really not sure that I can go back to that again. Thank goodness I still have lots and lots of frozen tomatoes. But that woke me in a way that I had never been before, because quite frankly, I've never given food a whole lot of thought. Like, not really. Does it taste good? Is it quick? Is it cheap? Is it easy? Those really have been my qualifiers up until the last couple of years, and then especially in the last year, that has completely changed. And it really woke me up to just the love affair that I didn't know I was going to have with gardening and with cooking all of the things that grow. And oh my gosh, I mean, I don't know, there's just something else about not just cooking food for your family, but when you grow it and then you create these dishes, it's just, I don't know, it's just amazing. It's not quite the same as when I went to the grocery store and got things and made things. But then also, it really has made me completely rethink what I'm eating, what we are eating. Man, like I said, it was a whole, is it quick? Is it easy? Does it taste good? And I'll tell you what, tasting good should be the last part of it. If somebody else is making it, because a lot of times it tastes good because it's full of sugar and salt and all kinds of other nonsense. Anyway, I think when I came out here to the country, I think that I didn't have any idea how gardening was going to just grab a hold of me and just, it's just all I want to do. It's all I think about anymore. All of the time. I just want to plant stuff every day. I'll be right back. Anyway, suffice it to say, food is better. I mean, it's just better. It tastes better. It's better for us. It's much healthier. I can tell you that, you know, we're all experiencing a lot less wanting to have junk food and things like that. We really don't even eat any of it anymore, like at all, because I don't keep any of it here in the house. And if I can't make it, we're really not going to eat it. Every now and then we do, you know, we have a cheat. Somebody will go out and get, I don't know, something, pizza or subs, and I do know how to make pizza. However, not having fresh tomatoes to put on our pizzas, it's just the wrong season. So eating in season, oh yeah, that's all new to me. I've never known anything about eating seasonally or anything like that. I am such an American, and I did not put my vermiculite on that, did I? I did not. Let me get back to this. Totally an American with my whitewashed grocery store habits. Not anymore, but okay. So now, well, after I get this little sucker did, on this next one, I have early golden acre cabbage. I already have some cabbage growing out in the actually, yeah, there's some that we have had overwintering. The cold has just gotten too cold, and I didn't know to do anything. I will next time. Yeah, I really didn't know. Oh, that really sucks though. Let's see. Alright, so we got this golden acre, and I'm also going to do fairy round Dutch cabbage, as well as Waltham 29 broccoli, because all of these things are yummy. Alright, so I guess kind of what I was trying to get at is I was absolutely, completely, and utterly an idiot to anything that had anything to do with growing food or gardening, taking care of the soil, the relationship between your vegetable plants and flowers, and all of the different things that can do, the good predators that can get in, the different colors that will help to confuse the pests that may try to come in. there's so many things to learn, and it's just, man, it's all I can think about. Honest to God, it's just all I can think about. Okay, so this is that welcome. But again, I knew nothing about it, and I'm almost 54 years old. I have about a year and a half of real gardening experience under my belt, and I'm telling you, you can do this stuff. You can grow it. I'm telling you, you really can. There is nothing like grocery shopping in the garden. I'm all about it. Okay, so I have 43 or so, and I don't have time lapse. So what I will do is plant a few more, and then we're going to take a little camera break while I finish the rest. Alright, this is that welcome broccoli. So now your seeds in the Winter Sow jug containers, you just want to, if you do this, you just want to make sure that it's on top of the soil, press it in lightly, and then, you know, ideally a little vermiculite to absorb all the excess water that could potentially, you know, rain up in there, because you know, it's closed up and it's outside, so it's in the sunlight, and then it's, you know, it's in the dark time too. But during the daytime, even when it's cold outside, as long as it's sunny at all, the inside of them collect all of that water, that dew, that moisture, and it's like very much like how a terrarium would look with the rain on the inside of your jug or your 2-liter bottle or whatever. And that can just, being just barely on, I mean, just on top of the soil in here, it can cause some algae to grow. And I mean, I just don't want to deal with that. I don't want to take a chance of it affecting the actual plant growth either. Oh, that's the wrong one. The dog. He barks at leaves. Okay. Now we're going to do some of that Fairy Round Dutch and, let me see. Oh, and Mammoth Red Rock cabbage. So I'm doing those 3 different kinds of cabbage today: the Golden Acre, Mammoth Red Rock, and Fairy's Round Dutch. I didn't know this actually until recently. I was listening to, who was it? M.I. Gardner. Yes, it was M.I. Gardner. And, sorry. And he said that one of the ways to keep pests from your cabbages is to interplant different colors of cabbage. For some reason, it confuses pests who would otherwise eat the cabbage, which I thought, wow, that's brilliant. But then I also thought, well, if just mixing up some purple and green cabbage is going to confuse those stinky little cabbage moths, might planting different colored flowers throughout and around in the garden help achieve that same thing? And I think that it will. I think that it does. And it just gave me a whole new way to look at flowers in my garden. Okay, so this one was the... Which one was that? Y'all, I done lost my place. What a silly lady. No, I haven't. Yeah, I'm silly. So I'm doing the Fairies Round Dutch. Alright. Now I have also, over the last few days, and I will get this on video for you guys at some point soon. Look, I just really want to grow some stuff. It's just all there is to it, and I can't grow in my garden in the ground just yet. So it's just a little bit too early for some things. But I have now set up some containers, and it is absolutely nothing fancy. It's storage bins that you move in, or like Sterilite containers and the like. For the most part, that's what I've done. And I don't care how it looks. I just don't care. I want to grow. That's just all there is to it. I just want to grow food. I want to be outside. I know I'm in my house right now, but I want to be outside. I love getting my hands dirty. I feel so much better. And when my heart feels heavy, or when things just seem, I don't know, not quite right, get my hands dirty. Ooh, it does it. It does it for me. It probably would do it for you too, guys. It is nothing but wonderful. Getting your hands dirty, getting connected back with like Mother Earth, if you will. But so I've planted some things. I have some carrots and some leeks, and and some other cabbage, lettuces, mainly carrots. A lot of carrots. Just really love the carrots. And I set up another carrot container bed. That's enough. I don't need to put the whole thing in there. So that was another thing that I have been figuring out and thinking about. Like, what the heck do I need to grow the most of? Okay, well, yeah, I never really thought about that before. Oh, onions. I started some onions outside too. What do I use the most of? Just about every single meal that I cook, it has, the celery and the onions and the carrots, the Trinity, or leeks. So those are things I definitely have to concentrate on getting going, and tomatoes, obviously tomatoes, strawberries, because the guys, they have a little of my homemade strawberry jam and applesauce as a snack in their lunches, and so I have the strawberries, and I need to expand those. But Rome wasn't built in a day. This place isn't going to be built in a day. We're clearly not rich. I mean, we're just not. And that's fine. We have to plan things, and I think that that's really the best way to go about it for me anyway, because I've been known to jump the gun and just go all in without knowing all the things that I was jumping into just out of being excited. And I don't want to do that anymore. Let me see one sec. Okay. I love these cabbages too. I'm not sure what is going on. Maybe when you get older, your tastes change. Maybe when you get off of all of the pre-made crap that you can get at the stores and everywhere else, things taste different. But I just really love the taste of actual food now. So, and I do love red cabbage. I have grown some, but it didn't grow well. But I've never grown it from seed. So, all right, now let me see. This is going to be 18, 24 inches. Okay, so not all of your seed packs, sadly, not all of them have all of the information that you need to know, like days to harvest and things like that. So it's a really good idea to make sure that you look up those times. And I'll tell you why. Because not everything is above ground. And you don't actually know that everything is ready to be harvested. So the first time that I grew any carrots, and it was here, boy, I'll tell you, those poor little things, they got so severely neglected. I mean, it was good for a while. I was watering them and weeding them and all of that. And then I forgot I had it. So, but then I remembered that I had carrots, and they had to have needed to have been harvested for at least a half decent amount of time, because they started to get just a little bit hairy, not enough to be bitter, which is what I understand can happen. But even though, one second, let me write what this is. So even though completely neglected them. Forgot that they were even there. Didn't water them hardly ever. Those tiny little carrots, there were a number of them. I mean, it was a pretty decent amount. But the big thing from it was that even though it suffered all that neglect, they tasted better than any carrot I've ever had from a grocery store. Not a farmer's market. They were about the same flavor as a farmer's market, but you know how hard it is to find carrots in Isle of Wight County, Virginia at a farmer's market? There are hardly any farmer's markets even around. Alright, so I'm going to do some more dill, which I have already done dill, but I mean, you can't really have too much dill, in my opinion. I want them everywhere for the taste of it, to keep it, you know, to pickle with, and because it's really good for the butterflies. That is a lot of seeds in this package. Wow, y'all. So these things are only 99-cent American seed, and I'm pretty sure it came from a Dollar General. There are a lot of seeds in here, so what a bargain. What a bargain. Alright. I got this down now. So again, the lesson with the vegetables and stuff for me was pay attention, I guess, because I mean it's just unequal. The taste of fresh grown vegetables versus, you know, canned or fresh from the grocery store, it's just, there is no comparison. It's just not even in the same stratosphere, quite frankly. Alright, let me see, mammoth. Now, this one, no, I'm not. I was going to say, this one I will skip the inner tag because I do know what dill looks like pretty easily. But no, I'm not going to do that. Because you just don't ever know. Like, what if I have to go to Montana and see my cousin Tammy? Hey, Tammy. And someone else has to do this. And I call them, I'm like, hey, check out my dill. And they don't have a clue. I just don't want to take that chance. I love the plants. I love my vegetables. I love my herbs. I love all of it. I just honestly do. Alright, now I know that there's probably not the greatest need to do this one right here, Swiss chard, but I'm going to do it. I have more seed, and I'm going to be direct sowing some of this in the future too. And chard seeds are actually kind of funny looking, but they don't have any problems growing around here. Alright. This is so awesome. No one around me, even now, does a whole lot of what I'm doing. Nobody in my life does anyway. I honestly think some of my family thinks I'm crazy. Or, or just a little dirty. Like, I am like the black sheep of my family, I think. And I do. I think, has any of you ever had anybody, like, especially if you have chickens or anything. So we have chickens and some geese, and the gardens are, you know, and we've been out here for a few years, and I'm getting better and better. And that's lovely. It's wonderful. It's great. But have you ever, if you happen to have this, have you ever had anybody look at you, related to you, especially, and just think, have you ever had anybody in your family just look at you and you think, they think I'm a little dirty, don't they? They think I'm a little, ew. I'm not. But the whitewashing of America has already occurred. A lot of people don't understand that vegetables get dirt on them. They get bugs on them. That stuff at the grocery store is all that they are used to. And sometimes it makes them feel like you're a little dirty. Alright, so I have, I don't know, 35 more to go. I'm going to run through a bunch of these real quick, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to bring you out here to the jugs. I couldn't carry them and the camera at the same time. So we are now up to, I think it's 71 winter sowing jugs that are out here. And there's already sprouting, which I'm going to let them get a little bigger and then I will check back in. But thanks for watching, and I hope you come back. Bye.